you doing? I'm Job from the ISC, and you know, a lot of times people will come on my channel or something like that, and they'll be looking at the name International Survival Council, and I'll be thinking, why is this guy always speaking about God instead of showing survival stuff? And I'll tell you the reason behind that. I started a survival site on Facebook. Um, it at one point within less than a day and a half, it had grown over a couple thousand people. And so, don't get me wrong, I know what to do and what to say to have the people pouring in and stuff. But then after finishing my YouTube channel, um, there was a change that was taking place in me. At one point, people used to ask me, a question like, what is survival? And the answer was simple to me. And I would simply reply, it's just how effing sick you're willing to get. And although there's truth in that, it's ungodly, you know. Um, how sick, and what I mean by that, of course, a lot of you may know, but if you don't, how sick you're willing to get, how far are you willing to take it? What are you willing to eat? What are you willing to do to survive? Who are you willing to take out? What are you willing to do to get food for a starving family? And then as I was doing, my channel was built on YouTube. As I was finishing it up, I started feeling more of, when it comes right down to survival, it's God who holds your heart. It's God who holds your last breath, your last heartbeat. It's ultimately God who is up. It's totally up to Him whether you survive or not. So I want to let you all know that right up front. And also, we'll go ahead and throw some little survival something in here. Let me look around. Ah, knives. I like knives. Love knives. Knives is one of my favorite things. Here's just a regular knife. I've got a little fire starter necklace that I put around it. This little knife here. It's a good little knife. But when you're out into what you want a full tang. You want a full tang anytime you're in any survival situation, simply because the ones that close and stuff like that, if the mechanisms that open and close it, which are easy to break, tear up on you and stuff, you're not going to be able to find a screwdriver just laying out in the dirt anywhere, or parts to fix your knife. So a full tang, Damascus steel is really good. Carbon stays sharper, although stainless steel is stronger. But carbon is easier to sharpen, and probably, that's the kind of stuff you want to shave with, is carbon steel. Or, surgical steel is really good. I like steel from Germany. I actually like El Salvador Condor knives. I've got a Matt Graham, which I think you can see it hanging out behind me here. Survival knife, and it's made in El Salvador, and it's probably one of the best knives that I've ever had as far as survival. Anyway, you need to sharpen your knife. You can sharpen a knife. A lot of people don't know this, but you can about sharpen a knife on anything. You can sharpen a knife on a rock if you had to. But a dull knife in a survival situation will get you killed. You can't have a dull knife. And you're sitting around your campground. Everybody's left you, or you're lost or whatever, but you do have a few things in your backpack. And I'm looking around. This is perfect. I see a couple of coffee cups. Ceramic coffee cups. You see that? Me stressed. Yeah, that's my wife. That's my wife's coffee cup right there. Me stressed? No, she's not stressed. Anyway, you turn it upside down on any ceramic. Here's another one. Any ceramic cup. You turn it upside down, and if you notice, there's an edge right around through there. That edge is what you want. You want that little edge. That's the rough part on the ceramic. All of them have that little edge. And I'll just grab one of them, it doesn't matter. What you do is you want to take where that rough part is, then take your knife and sharpen it. You can go however you feel comfortable. A lot of people would say, come towards you. A lot of people say go away from you. But it boils down to how you feel comfortable. You hear that? You just take your time. Slowly sharpen that knife. And when you sharpen it down to a really fine point, you're going to see like a fold or a lip like that folds over one way or the other. And then you go over to that side and you get that lip off. And then you'll have a knife that's sharp, very sharp, razor sharp too. But there's all kinds of ways. There's all kinds of ways to sharpen a knife. And this is just one way I wanted to show you right quick is ceramic cups. They've all got this on the bottom. Every ceramic cup you pick up has all got this little edge around it. If you can't find anything else, if you have driven a car, you can actually roll your window down halfway. And if you'll notice on the top of your car window, there's also that same dullness at the top of the glass of a car window. Those are great for also sharpening your knives and stuff. Anyway, just thought I'd throw a little something in about survival itself. And these are just simple things that people normally don't think of to use as survival. And those are the things that I like to do sometimes. I like to take what I have around me or near me and use that to better my situation. But I would say the first thing I would tell you in a survival situation is to calm yourself. Call on God. Call on the Lord for a calmness, for a peace. Because if you get scared and you just start running through the woods or walking out and you just take off, you're going to die. You'll die of hypothermia. You'll get lost even further if you happen to be in the woods or no matter where you're at. So first of all, I would say to calm yourself and look at your surroundings. Just take your time and look. Of course, you're going to need water and shelter. First thing, you're going to need those two. You can go 3 days without water as the rule. That's kind of golden rule. I know people go longer and stuff. You can go 3 weeks without food. And, some people can go 3 minutes without air, max, I would say. But of course you need air. That's a no-brainer. But water, you need to stay hydrated. You can walk out there in weeks if you have to, but you got to stay hydrated. You got to stay dry, so your shelter is important as well. Anyway, there's so much I could tell you about survival, and I want to tell you and stuff, and self-defense. There's so much about self-defense and home invasions and stuff that I also want to tell you. I'll try to get a lot of videos added as soon as I can. This is just a process, but in my opinion lately, it just so happens that with these perilous times we're living in, these perilous times that are coming, it's, to me, God is just more important than learning how to do all this survival stuff. And that's why I've been speaking more about God than I have about survival. And I know it throws people off when they come here. And this is supposed to be the International Survival Council, the end all of survival answers, blah, 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 I went down that road, and I'm telling you this, it don't matter what you know, it's who you know. It's the Lord. Anyway, take care. God bless you. I'll try to add some more survival videos. I know some people love them. I used to love watching them when I was a long time ago when they first started putting them up. Anyway, take care. God bless you. Good day, and pray for me. Pray for my family. Pray for my wife's mother. Pray for my wife. Pray for my kids. Pray for my sister, my nephew. He's having a hard time right now. His family. And pray for your enemies. What does it profit you if you give gifts and stuff to people that you know that'll give gifts to you, or if you pray for somebody that loves you, you know, and because you love them, it's, you know, you get more of a blessing if you pray for those you don't like, those you can't stand, those you really don't want to be around. You get more of a blessing from God for praying for your enemies and those who persecute you than you do for those that love you and stuff. I'm sure of that. Anyway, it doesn't profit you anything to give a gift to somebody because you know they'll give a gift to you. But to give a person your pair of shoes, or to give a person your last dime or your last dollar to someone who wouldn't give it to you, or someone who can't afford to ever pay it back, I think is a much better blessing. Anyway, I've taught a little bit of both today. Good day and God bless you.